And people were trying to say
That's
Punk
bad.
lunged at Tony Khan. No, he didn't. And Meltzer and Alvarez are such fucking Sorry, man. It makes me mad that they're such fucking stooges that he lunged at him. They just made someone up. Someone who is there who's not involved whatsoever and wants to remain anonymous said Punk actually punched him when everyone else is saying the opposite. It's like, I don't know, man. And then I saw this post saying that, like, in the UK during the All In weekend, like hundreds of UK, they sold out this fucking venue to hear Meltzer and Alvarez talk. And
Gross.
it's just like, you guys, man, that's such,
Uh,
it's just such,
Talk about what?
I don't,
Yeah, New Japan. Batman? Batman and
Punk
New
is
Japan.
bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Punk. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Punk
smile
bad. Yep.
schmarmy. You just want to see
Punk's.
some guys
Yep.
smile schmarmy at you. They're trying to push this Claudio Kingston beef, even though they worked through their shoot beef, even though they worked it out before and teamed up before, but they actually still hate each other. But I thought they worked it out. It's like the Jungle Boy Lucha thing. Like, they hated each other, but then they like each other. But then it's just so fucking dumb and convoluted. And this is also AEW playing into the, oh, backstage shit is real life shit, but we don't want we'll suspend you for real life shit. Oh no, yeah, it'll be great. The backstage shit
No, it's great.
is the storyline, but then we'll just won't mention it on TV, and if it's real life, I'll suspend you. It'll be great. Top Birch Seller. It'll be great. I'll suspend by Top Birch Seller for smacking a fucking guy who's never drawn a dime in wrestling ever. It'll be great. Fucking crazy to me, bro.
Not
Anyways,
once. not not fucking once. Hasn't sold one goddamn
bro.
shirt.
Yeah, dude. So,
He's a pillar. Pillar though. He's a pillar though.
yeah, a pillar.
I hate
He
this.
has the most jobber attire now too. Like, I'm an aesthetic mark. It's the details for me.
Knock
And
off.
yeah, and he looks like mini man page. He looks like a mini hangman. Next time you're watching Jungle Boy, guys, look at him with his little booties, his little boots.
I can't believe. Oh my god, you're gonna get me sidetracked. But like, just the fact that like Taz and JR are hands down like the best in the commentary. You know when they're trying. You know, dude, JR fucking tries. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, he
Yeah,
was on point for that fucking Samoa Joe and fucking Punk match. It's
because
just
he
it
gave
needs
a
to be something he
fuck and it
wants to
meant
call. Yeah,
something.
right,
It was
right.
two professional athletes doing professional like, say what you will about Punk. Oh, he's not a UFC guy. Yeah, but he's an athlete. You can't do the shit he did his whole as many years he did it without being some sort of natural athlete to some degree, you know? Sorry, go ahead. So just skip over that. I know Hairline's got notes. He's been roasting the fucking monitors. We touched on it earlier in the show. TK thought he was gonna die, I guess. Um,
Yeah, in danger.
so they pretended like that shit didn't happen. We're gonna pretend like it didn't happen for a minute. I'm just gonna go over my notes here. Rick, damn, the devil's in
All
the
right, so just go
details.
back.
Look at this video,
Yeah. I shared it on her TikTok.
bro. Bro. Bro.
All right, so scroll down.
I just got goosebumps, man. Punk versus Roman at Mania 40. Punk puts Roman over.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Why don't we do it? Hey, Vince, Vince, I know you listen to the show. It's been confirmed.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It is confirmed.
Do it. Do this.
The bucktooth guy.
Oh my, oh my. We're gonna get into all the Punk stuff in a bit, guys. And Jim Cornette said on the experience that him and Brian Last got word that all the marks were saying, oh, Miro had heat with Punk backstage and all in. But no, Miro was making fun of Jungle Boy, and him and Punk were like, oh, you got a problem? You got a problem? Like bro wrestling, making fun of Jungle Boy and shit, trying to, because Miro's a real shooter, and he knows that Jungle Boy is not, and he knows that regardless of what people say about Punk, Punk is a shooter. You know, like, he can shoot, bro. He really does train. Like, he's more than the average guy his age. He could probably beat the fuck out of the average guy his age. Yeah, this was what I just like.
If he's fucking if he's training with a spooky guy and the spooky guy's cardio is fucking ridiculous, man. So if he's keeping up
The
with the
spooky
spooky
guy.
guys,
Yeah. Malik, they train with Duke Rufus. They train with former welterweight champion Tyron Woodley. They train with sometimes who else goes in and out of that? Lots of people, man. It's like I couldn't even start to name. He trains with fucking Anthony Pettis, the Showtime kick, the guy who jumped off the cage and kicked a motherfucker who's on Wheaties boxes. That's Punk's boy, man. So don't, those are fucking them Illinois boys, man. I don't know, but we're gonna start seeing it slowly, right? Like Brody King, Miro, Hobbs. Apparently, all of the House of Black guys, when Punk and Perry got in a brawl, when Punk and Perry got in a fight at All In, and everyone was breaking shit up as they were and shit. Apparently the House of Black guys were down to fuck people up on behalf of Punk, like they're boys, man. Will Hobbs apparently was down to fuck people up for Punk. He's a Punk guy. Tony needs to split these rosters up, or you're gonna see other people smack other people out, or you're gonna see a lot of these big names drop off, and this shit's gonna turn into TNA, man. No, he didn't try to split the rosters. He's like, no,
yes, he did, dude.
No,
the first couple collisions, bro.
No, listen. He didn't try. If he tried, this would be him trying. The Bucks come in. We need to not split the rosters, Jericho. I know. Let me on this show next week. I'll be on Collision number 2. I'll open the show, Tony. And then what Tony should have did was said, no, we're gonna do a draft.
Oh, no.
We're gonna have 2 rosters. We're gonna run these towns with the B show. You guys are on the A show. Be happy that you're on the A show. But he didn't. He didn't try to, or none of those guys would have been on the show ever. Week 1, it was split, and then they sold us a bill of goods. They sell us a bill. That's all AEW is, a bill of goods every time. And then you see MJF working super babyface on Twitter, currently known as X. MJF, he's super leaning in, trying to, I don't like this new MJ. They're ruining MJF for me now. What's going on? They I don't know. It's actually crazy. You couldn't do more to sabotage yourself in 1 week than AEW has in the history of pro wrestling.
Yeah, no shit.
Unless Herb Abrams. Man, this is Tony Khan is Herb Abrams' second life. Reincarnated life. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I'm going off on this, but Orange Cassidy, the Bucks run out to make the save. This is a rib. This is a rib. They're trying to get everyone. They want everyone who is like, oh, we love Punk, we love Bullet Club Gold, we love Starks, we love fucking FTR. They're trying to drive all those guys off now. That's all they're trying to do. This is a rib. I'm telling you guys, AEW wants to have 250,000 fans and do warehouse shows. That's what they want. Let them do it, guys, if that's what they want. But so the Bucks run out, they get booed out of the building. They get booed while CM Punk's chant go off air. These guys are fucking clowns. Videos surface of the Young Bucks taking victory laps in the ring after the show goes off air, and sort of mocking Punk and mocking those fans. And I saw the marks on Twitter go, oh man, everyone thought the CM Punk fans were gonna hijack the show. It's like, no, bro. First off, they did get booed out of the building, so it was just CM Punk fans there. But not only that, no one was there was 1,000 people there in the building. No one thought they were gonna hijack it because nobody cares anymore. You don't understand that. So
yeah, it's not 2018, dog.
Yeah, it's just no one gives a fucking
Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah,
promo.
No one cares anymore. Punk's gone. You guys ruined it. The Bucks did get booed out of the building. So not only did nobody show up for this, and then they were like, yeah, but they were into everything else. Yeah, because the Acclaim's still good. We still want them to be successful. I don't want any of these guys to fail, but it's bullshit. So yes, the Bucks did get booed off. CM Punk did chant. They thought they were gonna hijack us. The show went off the air with people chanting CM Punk, you dumb mark. And then the Bucks took victory laps. They did that match. They brought Colt Cabana in for Jericho to wrestle. They did the match where they mocked Punk's shit in the ring in Chicago. They are rubbing it in your faces. They don't like you. They are fucking just dissing
killing
you.
the business.
They're killing the business, like they laugh about. They're goofing about it with they don't care as long as their friends get NBA level contract jobs. They're okay taking this guy's money, making a mockery of the shit, having their 500,000 marks around the planet of Earth that fuck with them. They don't care. They want to say fuck you. They actually think they're onto something. They actually think they're better. They think they
Keep
won.
going.
To them, it was a war, and they're trying to go, oh, it's not a war. No, it's a war. Fuck the Young Bucks for making a mockery of this shit and thinking it's cute what you're doing. Yeah, fuck y'all. Like, fuck this show. I don't care.
All right.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Sorry, you go ahead.
So
You got to
I thought
stop me,
Juice was great
Hairline.
on
Yeah,
the
I'm
outside.
muting for a second.
Yeah, I was trying.
I snapped, bro. Sorry.
People-
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead. Your match and your thoughts on the Young Bucks doing victory laps and rubbing it in our noses. Go ahead.
The other guy needs to start talking over the other guy. That's what
If
I'm
he
trying
doesn't,
to
I won't stop talking, you dumb Mark. Shut the fuck up and let us do our show.
Yeah, no shit. Somehow they know our show better than us. Man,
Our
so
true
fucking Juice is
listeners,
great
the
though.
true believers, the true listeners, PWT.
Ugh.
Yeah, they know what's up. They know what's up. Fuck you, Hogan haters. Anyways, go ahead, Hairline.
The fucking best listeners in the world, the top pod listeners. The match was just too goddamn long, bro. And then the fucking Young Bucks came out, and I was like, fuck yeah, here's a fucking excuse to turn this trash off. So I turned this trash off.
What do you make of them taking victory laps and rubbing it in people's faces? Like they won.
I believe it, bro, because they're schmarmy fucking little children. How long until you think fucking the fucking the Young Bucks dad is performing his music on the show?
And so we're gonna circle back to the beginning of this show with the Tony Khan stuff because I got stuff to say about it. So, but just sticking with the Bucks for a second longer. The travel agent guy is like their best friend. He's a wannabe Buck. You have so CM Punk, the biggest show in history. He doesn't get picked up. The Elite were supposed to have a meeting with him on Wednesday to bury the hatchet and have a good all-in show, and the Elite called it off. He shows up to the building and he's got little Mark Jack Perry talking shit to him in front of 81,000 people on camera, calling him a crybaby.
Right.
They provoked him. This was a fucking setup, dude. They were doing everything they could to try and get Punk out of the company. I truly believe that. Tony's a fucking dumb idiot, and he lets his little fucking friends work around him and convince him that, no, this guy's just bad and blah, 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 blah. And so I do feel bad for Tony Khan. We're going to get into Tony Khan here. But yeah, man, the Young Bucks really, they won my respect at All In, putting FTR over. They lost my respect with this shit. This is a setup. This is clearly like, they did and then to take victory laps, they go, it's not a war. You and Meltzer and all you goofballs make it a fucking war. You guys say it's a war with WWE, and you make it a war with the fans doing Mark shit like this, man. It's fucking goofy, and I'm fucking fed up. I'm fed up with it.
It's just like, dude, it's awful because, like, as your friend, you were so excited about this show, dude, and you were just all like, fuck yeah, fresh breath of air. This shit isn't the other crap, and like it's just like it's a new start, and fucking they're keeping everything separate, more or less. Just a shame to see like where everything started. I don't know, man. You personally, you were so geeked on this shit, you know, and just.
Also, Cody thought the same thing. I bet you the Bucks and Kenny and those guys are great guys when you don't have to fucking deal with their bullshit of fucking trying to do business properly, you know. And the whole thing is like, clearly we see that by the way they react in the ring. Actions speak louder than words. And so when these guys are your bosses and then they start flexing that shit on you, however they act or whatever with their friends, I can see how that got stressful. And that's why Cody saw the writing on the wall and he got the fuck out of there. Punk didn't see that. It took him a couple years to see the writing on the wall. Then he got the fuck out of there. And it didn't even take him a couple years. It took him like 1 year. It took him like 9 months to see the writing on the wall. And he's like, oh shit.
It's crazy how at one point Tony was going, yeah, man, you were the best thing that happened to this company, and now he's going
because his friends.
I felt endangered, you know,
because his friends are telling him what to say. And speaking of that, we're going to get into Tony Khan's stuff from Collision. So before Collision went on the air, Hairline, Tony Khan came out to address the crowd. I want to share the video with you.
Oh no.
And there's a 6-minute long version. I'm going to show you like the 1 minute long version because he just rambles on about like, I grew up downtown in Champaign and and he couldn't come across more condescending and more like, no, you know, fuck you. You did the wrong thing. And He sits down on a chair. Like, it's so bad. It's so cringy. So I just want to play it for you guys and get your reaction to it, Hairline. He looks like he's about to cry. And then he sits down and they boo harder. Why? How can you sit down, stand up like a man and address these people?
I wanted to come out and talk to you before the show starts. Usually when I come out here in Chicago, in front of friends and family, I always talk about how I'm from this great state. I'm from the great state of Illinois myself. I grew up here. I grew up downstate in Champaign.
Oh, yeah, you live in
To come here to this building was pretty much the biggest deal in the world to me.
So basically, yeah, he just got fucking booed to oblivion. And then Tony Khan makes the opening statement at the start of Collision. I also want to play for you guys right here. And this is, first off, yeah, he looks wired as shit. He says some outlandish shit. And the reactions to this were so funny. Jim Cornette was like, this is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard in my life. Furthermore, like, it's crazy how this exact story that Tony Khan tells on Collision is the exact story that Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez put out, saying, "Oh, we have an anonymous source who's a complete outsider, unbiased, doesn't take sides in anything." And
no, that's good. Why? So what? No, listen. I don't believe for 1 second that Dave would be talking to anyone that's unbiased.
Dave and them are saying, dude, we have someone there who's an anonymous, unbiased person who said that Punk was the aggressor and everyone was scared for their lives and all this type of shit. Shit was knocked on Tony, blah, blah, blah. And then Tony comes out and tells the exact same story that the version that the Observer told to all of their fucking bot dumb fuck listeners a day prior. So how did the Observer have the exact story that Tony Khan was about to tell on TV a day before? Just think about, and if Tony Khan feared for his life, like he's about to say, why the fuck was Jack Perry immediately escorted from the building, but CM Punk was allowed to go to his dressing room and joke with security and take pictures and get all his shit after his match and leave the building? If you feared for your life.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Crazy.
Narrative.
It's just
literal.
I feel
like I'm watching Fox.
It's literally, dude, yes. It's literally Tony Khan told Dave Seltzy and them, here's what you're going to say. And then Tony Khan they went and reported, quote unquote, what Tony Khan said on television to get the narrative out there. That's how the media works. It's called an echo chamber. It's called a bubble. You watch CNN all day, you start believing CNN shit. You watch Fox all day, you start believing the Fox shit. You listen to these goofs all day, you start believing it. Be objective. How the fuck? Just be Batman. I approach every situation like Batman, son. How did Meltzer and Alvarez know the story a day prior exactly? From an unbiased guy who gives the exact perspective of Tony Khan. Seems weird. So let's play Tony Khan's bit from Collision and how he feared for his life and people were dying and it was fucking Hiroshima and
innocent people.
Yeah, let's listen to this here.
Today I had to make one of the toughest decisions of my professional career. Today I terminated Phil Brooks, CM Punk, for cause. This stems from a backstage incident at AEW All In last Sunday. The incident was regrettable and it endangered people backstage. That includes the production staff, the people who help put the show on every week, innocent people who had nothing to do with it.
Innocent.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. I've been producing them on this network for nearly 4 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show. I don't think anybody should feel that way at work. I don't think the people I work with should feel that way. And I had to make a very difficult choice today. It came at the recommendation of a discipline committee here in AEW.
We're going to talk about that discipline committee in a second.
As well as outside legal counsel who delivered a unanimous recommendation. And I have followed up on that recommendation. I'm sorry to any fans who are upset by this. I'm sorry to anyone who's upset by this. Despite that, we're going to have a great show tonight on Collision, and we're going to have a great AEW All Out pay-per-view tomorrow here in Chicago.
Let's read this statement. So that committee, I want to read this goddamn statement that AEW put out. Yeah, so here, from All Elite Wrestling. So they put out a statement from All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan as well. All Elite Wrestling, AEW has terminated the wrestler and employment agreements between Phillip Brooks, CM Punk, and AEW with cause effective immediately. The termination was confirmed today by Tony Khan, CEO, general manager, and head of creative of AEW. God, what a mark. Why does he put CEO, general manager, and head of creative AEW? Ugh, God. The termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW, all in London on Saturday, August 27. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making a unanimous decision recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause. That committee, Aubrey Edwards is on that committee. So they don't like CM Punk. They're friends with the Bucks. Aubrey Edwards unanimously. So she voted, yes, get Punk out of here. My word. My word. Yep. And so Khan said, quote, Phil played an important role within AEW, and I thank him for his contributions. The termination of his AEW contracts with cause is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may come as a disappointment to many of our fans. Nevertheless, I'm making blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Basically, what happened is he's got to say his life was threatened because the network's pissed. They gave him $1 billion and they fired their top fucking star. Everybody's tweeting out formerly or currently Xing, formerly tweeting out the picture of Punk carrying his real world title out of All In while giving the one, like the tribal chief Roman Reigns would do. Very good symbolism. Punk's a genius. He knew he was done after he smacked out Perry. He probably knew when he did it, I'm either going to smack him out and quit, or I'm going to smack him out and get fired. But either way, this is my last match if they let me go out. I think he knew that. I think he did very much. People like Kevin Nash, he needs mental health if it's going to cost him millions of dollars. Nash, he has millions of dollars, bro. He doesn't care about that, right? He's not, this isn't like you and Hogan and the boys. And God, Nash somehow went from having some of the funniest shoot interviews to some of the worst opinions and takes on things I've ever heard in my life. But he shout out Kevin Nash and Sean Oliver. Love you guys. Nash is fucking he's just like, man, he needs mental counseling. I don't know, bro. Did you need mental counseling when you swung the baseball bat inches above Bischoff's head and cracked the locker and went, yeah. Okay, so if you had accidentally hit him in the head and killed him, you jumped off a stage and goozled a kid for throwing a fucking rock at you. He knew what he just said, I'm fucking done, and I'm going to smack someone on the way out. You know what I mean? If that, it's just, I'm smacking people who disrespect me. I'm not talking.
Why was it okay for fucking Mr. Flair to fucking slap Sammy, but it's not okay for CM Punk to slap fucking Jungle Boy?
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, whatever. Shout out Kevin Nash. But all I'm saying is, it's crazy to me that Tony Khan let him walk out with the world title. Like MJF's not even the world champ as far as like he's got a gimmick Burberry belt and he's in a tag team division doing ROH tag team title matches and he's AEW. This is Tony's dream. Oh yeah, my world champion is also my Ring of Honor tag team champs. Like that's
great.
MJF has been demoted. Like, bro, no, he's not even in the world champion angle as far as anyone's concerned. Like to me, Joe and Punk, like that is the real world title, in my opinion. And Punk's smart. He knows what he's doing. I hope he shows up on Raw and throws that belt in the trash. I don't think Vince will let that happen, but like he's never been pinned. Punk has never actually truly lost the AEW world title. You got a guy who's become a joke comedy wrestler, who's doing Ring of Honor tag team matches as their world champion. Shout out MJF, but I'm sorry. It's what you've become. And you just let Punk walk out again, never defeated with the belt. this is like his MO in every company. Walk out of Ring of Honor with the belt, walk out of WWE with the belt, walk out of AEW with the belt with the win. He walked out of ROH with a win, walked out of WWE with a win, walked out of here with a win. It's what he does. He's going to go back to WWE. He's going to lose to Roman and put him over, as it were, as it should be. And that will be, to me, this is reminiscent of like when Flair left WCW and is like, yeah, I'm coming to WWE with the real world's title belt. This is what I'm saying too. Imagine this fantasy mark book. What if Punk shows up with a red bag with a belt in it, but doesn't pull the belt out on TV and goes, "You guys see this? This is the real world's title, bro." On Raw, he goes on Raw with a belt in a red bag, but doesn't pull it out and show it. The way WWE made the fake knockoff world heavyweight belt. And he teases it and goes, "Yeah, you see this?" And he throws it in the trash in the red bag. Fuck this belt. I don't need any company. I'm da 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 da. I think that would be incredible. Hairline, your thoughts? Your thoughts on Tony Khan's life being in danger? Your thoughts on the Roman Reigns, CM Punk symbolism, and just your thoughts on this whole? I know we already kind of gave it, but your thoughts on this whole fucking mess and Tony Khan being booed and his fucking life being in danger, and yeah, the world title possibly being thrown in the trash via my fantasy mark booking. Your thoughts on all that?
It's just a narrative, bro. That's all they're doing is they're writing their own narrative. It's like you said, how the fucking Meltzer know about this before it fucking got out, you know? God, dude, fucking A, man. She's done.
Yeah,
it's
AEW,
over, bro.
It's in the books. We're gonna watch All Out. We don't want it to ruin our show. I know you guys like us going off on it, so we're not just gonna be like, I hate AEW and just shit all. Like, we're still gonna review it. What do you think of my Mark booking? He shows up in WWE with a bag and a belt and throws it in the trash. This, like, how did they let him walk out with their world title? And you can go, well, it's not the real world. No, but it really is, though. Think about it. You never lost it. This is like Sean saying that's what MJF is. MJF's like the fake IC champ until he unifies it. Like, he didn't really beat the champ. So it's like he left a guy walk out on a win, never lost his belt with their world title. Punk could show up with a fake belt in a bag, not pull it out, throw it in the trash, and go, fuck that place. How dumb is Tony Khan? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that's more, I don't know. We'll see. If that is what it is, that's fucking genius.
But yeah, Punk's too smart. He knew he was on his way out that night. I think he knew.
Yeah, and then Tony's life being threatened is a goddamn joke. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. That's the first time he's ever felt.
Yeah, he hangs out with Nick Gage and Moxley, and he's like, "Oh, my life is in danger."
Yeah, no shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I know it's more just narrative shit. Like, okay, so like let's say he felt endangered. Why did he let CM Punk hang out the rest of the night and Jack Perry had to leave the building? Just that doesn't add up. I don't know. Hey, remember that time you felt in danger and then you left the thread around you the remainder of the night?
Shout out Gangrel. Gangrel is quoted as saying, via his Fangin' and Bangin' podcast, he said, in regards to Edge and CM Punk being fired and Edge possibly going to WWE, Gangrel says, what else are you going to do? You're Edge. You're one of the greatest human beings in the world. I don't want to see him go to AEW and become like how everybody looks at Punk. Yeah. Bunch of marks who grew up listening to fucking Dave Meltzer and these fucking clowns go, oh, well, Bischoff and Hogan just sucked WCW dry and just blah, 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 blah. Like they didn't also give them their highest ratings and beat WWF and all this shit. And everyone goes, oh, we beat them for 83 weeks. They beat them for more than that. It was just 83 consecutive. If you total them up, it was like hundreds. It was like in the hundreds, you know, of weeks that they were winning. Like something Tony Khan could never, ever do in a million years. Yeah, they just killed AEW.